Before we begin, we want to set the tone a little bit about what we can share and what we can't. We want to remind everybody that this is a preliminary investigation, and the investigation is ongoing. There are going to be questions that cannot be answered today. We hope that you understand that and will respect it, but we will provide as much information as we can as possible. Prosecutor Mears.
My name is Ryan Ayers, and I'm the Marion County prosecutor. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. We are here today because a group of really talented people have been working extraordinarily hard over the last 10 days to put us in a position to be able to make today's charging decision announcement. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the two lead detectives involved in this case, Detective Larry Krasnoy and Ryan Clark from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, that did an outstanding job. I'd like to thank Deputy Prosecutors Ann Frangus and Amy Jacobson, who have put a ton of energy and effort into this case. I'd like to thank our friends at the Crime Lab, Richard Amberger and his team, who have been working around the clock to get the information that was vital to us being in a position to make a charging decision. So thank you for all of your work. I want to thank Captain Spurgeon and all the folks at the Homicide Division who have been working really hard, diligently on this case. And I want to thank Chief Bailey and Chief Adams for their leadership, not only to the department, but to the entire community as we work through a really difficult case and set of circumstances. As a consequence of everyone's hard work and determination, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office has charged David Heiner with 2 counts of murder. We are alleging that David Heiner did knowingly kill Shannon Lucero on January 26th of 2024. We are also alleging that David Heiner did knowingly kill Marianne Wise on January 31st of 2024. A couple of observations about the case, and then I'll turn it over to Chief. First and foremost, we would not be in a position to make today's announcement without the help of the community. As is the situation in most of these cases, we need people from the community to come forward with information to point us in the right direction. And then the investigators do an outstanding job of following up on that information, which is exactly what happened here. Of all the members of the community who came forward, I can honestly say that they were all cooperative and provided very timely information that was vital to being able to identify a suspect and then build a case. When you have 2 separate incidents involving 2 different people over the course of a couple of days, it is paramount that we're in a position to hammer down a timeline, which we were able to do because of the community's involvement and participation. And for that, we are grateful, and we would not be here without those individuals coming forward with that information. What is alleged in the probable cause affidavit, once again, alleges a very unnecessary and thoughtless killing of 2 members of our community who are some of the most vulnerable members of our community. And we understand that this is going to have a profound impact not only on those families, but the East Side as a whole. And I think it's important to send the message to everybody in our community, including those families, that this is the first step in us moving towards justice, but it's just the first step. And all of us need to rally around not only those families, but the entire East Side as they deal and work through the terrible tragedy that is both of these cases. With that, I'll turn it over to the Chief.
Thanks, Prosecutor. On January 27th, 2024, Shannon Lucero was found murdered in a parking lot, a senseless act of violence. On February 1st, Marianne Wise was found murdered behind a business, killed a similar manner as Shannon. A crime just as tragic and violent. No one deserves what these 2 women experienced. No one. This was brutal and evil, what happened to them. But today, because these women bravely fought back against their killer, we announced the arrest of their alleged murderer. The suspect was taken into custody on Tuesday after the tireless work of numerous detectives, officers, video forensics investigators, the Marion County Forensic Services Agency, the LaPorte County, Indiana Probation Office, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, and like the prosecutor mentioned, our community, who provided vital information in this case. He was held on a probation violation on Tuesday into Wednesday morning while investigators and Crime Lab diligently pieced together the facts, which culminated today in the filing of charges by our partners with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. An arrest in this case will not bring these 2 women back, but I pray this step brings the family and the loved ones the comfort they need as they continue to grieve. I also pray that this arrest brings our neighbors on the east side a sense of peace and safety. I'm very proud of the public safety partners who helped get us here. There's still a lot of work to do in this case, but we are committed to do what is necessary to bring justice for these two women and all of those taken from us by violent means. And with that, turn it over to Chief Adams, who can fill in some more information about this particular case. Thank you.
Chief. Thank you, Prosecutor. My name is Kendall Adams, and I'm Deputy Chief of the Criminal Investigations Division for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. I first, as everyone has said here, want to recognize the victims, Shannon Lazier and Mary Ann Wise, neighbors, community, and the toll this investigation has taken on detectives. The homicide unit, and specifically lead detective Ryan Clark, have worked in excess of 100-plus hours combined in this case. I also want to recognize East District proactive teams, Community Relations Unit, and East District Commander Rick Riddle that provided countless hours of canvassing and providing reassurance to the community, most impacted by this horrific tragedy. I would also like to recognize the Violent Crimes Unit and our Spec Ops who provided assistance, and the Indiana State Police for assisting with the examination of mobile devices. We are aware this case had similarities. One of those that we did not release previously was the manner of death. Both women died from multiple sharp force injuries as reported by the Marion County Coroner's Office. How did we get here? Three main reasons: cooperation, countless hours of investigative techniques, and primary to today's announcement, forensic analysis. As you heard a little bit, February 1st, the day of the second victim's homicide, IMPD's Digital Forensic Unit collected video from several businesses in the area. One of those videos showed the suspect and second victim together on the night the victim was killed, as alleged in the probable cause. On the evening, Tuesday, February 6th, detectives from IMP's Human Trafficking and Vice Unit were looking for persons of interest that matched the description as seen on the surveillance video related to the second victim. On the evening of Tuesday, February 6th, detectives detained a strong person of interest and transported him down for questioning with our detectives. During their search warrant, Wednesday, February 7th, detectives located shoes in the apartment, in the suspect's primary place of residence, in the suspect's bedroom, that had blood on them, along with other clothing items, to include 2 sets of jeans. One set of jeans was found soaked in bleach, and another set of jeans was found inside a clothes basket that appeared to have blood on them as well, as alleged in the probable cause. The search warrant was conducted at the apartment the suspect has been staying at in the 2200 block of Harbor Drive, which is just west of 21st and Mitthoefer, with family. On Wednesday morning, February 7th, detectives learned that the suspect was on probation out of LaPorte County. Detectives in the lab needed additional time for forensic testing of those items seized during the search warrant. Homicide contacted LaPorte County and discovered that the suspect was on probation and was going to file a probation violation and request a warrant be issued. The violation was failure to meet the terms of probation when charged with a crime in another county. The warrant was signed by a judge with Elkhart County Courts for the suspect on Wednesday, February 7th, and the suspect was transported to CJC in late that afternoon. Blood samples were submitted to the crime lab on Wednesday, February 7th. Preliminary results returned from the lab less than 24 hours that confirmed that the blood taken from the shoes of the suspect during the search warrant matched to both victims. This confirmation from the lab was key to positively connecting the suspect, David Heiner, to the victims. Detectives continue to investigate this case. While an arrest has been made, there is still a lot of work that needs to be done by both the detectives and the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. Detectives have worked with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office throughout this investigation, and it certainly has been a team effort. And late yesterday, Thursday, February 8th, presented a probable cause affidavit to the Marion County Prosecutor for a charging decision. We ask the community, if you have any more information, please contact lead homicide detective Ryan Clark at 317-327-3475 or Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. And today you'll get a photo of the suspect. So if you had conversations or you know this individual, we're asking that you call Detective Ryan Clark to provide him more information that makes this case even stronger. Lastly, we talked about it just here a few minutes ago and the importance of the crime lab, forensic analysis, and they're represented here by Richard Ehrenberger today. I just want to say thank you to them. They prioritized this case, and as I said, got that forensic analysis that really got us over the hump to lead to his arrest today. And just wanted to publicly acknowledge the crime lab as they play a critical role in just all of our cases. But as I said earlier, 3 key areas: cooperation, investigative techniques, and forensic analysis that lead us here today. Thank you. I'll take any questions you may have. Yeah.
Acting Chief Bailey, Mears, what does this mean to those families? What does today mean? The Weiss family, the Lassier family, what do those mean to those families?
Well, I know I talked to Detective Clark earlier today. He was making notifications to both families. Obviously, they're relieved that we made an arrest. I don't know that I can call that excitement, but certainly they have lost a ton. They have lost 2 family members that did not deserve to die. And so I think today just starts that process of whatever healing that can be. But this is a lasting impact on them. And it is our community, because both these women were known to the east side and known to the community over there. So this is going to leave, obviously, a lasting impact on that family and that community that can't be confined to a certain period of time.
Chief Bailey, you had mentioned, you had mentioned that we're here in part today because the victims fought back. How did that play a role?
I think you'll read in the probable cause that it details some information on injuries the suspect had and just the amount of forensic evidence and other evidence is there that there's no doubt in my mind, and based on my conversation with the detective, that these women defended themselves the best they could.
What was the motive?
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know a motive.
Are you guys searching for other similar cases around the state that might match this MO?
I think that what Chief Adams just says is that we want the community to provide us any information that they have, but we also know that this particular suspect was just let out of prison in September, I believe, of 2023, and he was in prison for some time. But we will obviously take information and from anywhere in the state or here locally to see if there's anything that matches the what happened here.
Yeah, so, I'll say this because I just want to stick to what's in the probable cause. We know that he knew the second victim. We don't have any information that he knew the first victim. Not yet. That's why I say the case is still continuing, but we haven't found that yet.
So I had been told that Mary Ann Weiss had been in Obie's Tavern Bar Pub that evening, and that there was surveillance video of her with a man outside of Obie's. Is that the video that put you on to this suspect?
Yes, and you'll see that detailed in the probable cause.